Okay, I think we're live here. Looks like it. Okay, the purpose of this video is to go over what happens. I don't want you making the same mistake I did, and I don't know. It just, come to think of it, I made a big mistake. Was that what it was when I decided to change my withholding to that I'm not liable for taxes, for tax withholding, for federal tax withholding. And it lasted like a year, almost a year, of where the withholding was zero. There was no withholding on my paycheck. Okay? Because I swore under penalty of perjury I wasn't liable for the tax. But guess what? If you work for a U.S. corporation, you're liable for the tax because you're, and it's not an IRS thing, it's your company's being forced by the IRS to withhold against your paycheck. So your problem is with your company. Unfortunately, you're legally though, that's the person who's hurting you directly. Is your company is going along with what the IRS tells you to, and your company doesn't give a crap because they just they'll get a fine from the IRS. So it's kind of like a form, I don't know what it is. It's not extortion. It's a form of extortion when you're making someone do it on threat of penalty or death or whatever. So they're threatening the company, not you. So your grievance is with your company for that withholding. It's unlawful withholding. And if it didn't happen, we wouldn't have the IRS. If companies would listen to you and not, but they won't listen to you. They'll just, listen to the IRS. So unfortunately, a private bank has taken over America. So I know it sounds crazy, and but that's just by definition, it's a private bank called the Federal Reserve, and it's lended the U.S., which is located in the District of Columbia, the U.S. government, the U.S. and its states, which aren't the 50 states of the Union. Within Title 26, the only time it mentions 50 states of the Union there is in the Petroleum Clause. That's it. So legal lease is very specific. Legal writings and legal publications, maybe not publications, legal stuff like the UCC, the code, the U.S. code, and the UCC federal regulations are very specific for that. So we've already determined that, and I'll do a video on that, that the U.S. is located in the District of Columbia only. It's not having anything to do with the 50 states of the Union. They're separate. And so anyways, they should say 50 states, but they don't. They say the U.S., which doesn't have jurisdiction in the 50 states. It drives me nuts. We'll talk about that in another video. Anyways, back on topic with the withholding. So don't ever do that. Don't put zero. You want to put, if you don't, let's say your house is paid for and it's in your daughter's or son's name, or your grandma or your mother name, right? Or your sister, anyone but you. If your house is paid for, you don't want it in your name if you're going to fuck around with the IRS. And you probably don't want anything in your name, but they'll come after your paycheck eventually first. And so they did with me with the withholding. It really pissed them off when I got 1 year of scot-free, Scotty-free, without paying their stupid tax. I was still paying the fucking FICA and the Social Security tax though, but I wasn't doing the federal withholding. So it wasn't that much. It's actually not that much. It's like half of the, half of your whole taxes there. The Social Security you're probably not going to get, and the fucking health benefits. Who wants to go to the doctor? They give you a nanobot shot. Anyways, So I highly recommend against doing that. Yeah. So the only way not to, and trust me, I lost my job because I went against HR to try to prove to me that what they're doing is legal. And she even said that it was a good argument. I sent her a SEDM.doc, like a 70, 80 page SEDM dissertation on that. And I did that on electronic transfer on email, and she said it was actually a good read and that it was all true. Most of it was really ringing true with her, but she said they're not going to stop withholding. So that's the bottom line. And then they'll talk to your director, and then soon you're on the freaking list for layoff. So and there goes your $100,000 year job. Bye bye. So you want to continue to take your payoffs from corporate America and somehow resist this. So what I'm doing, I don't recommend this, especially if you have a family that's still together and you have a house that's not paid for or half paid off. You got a house that's well on its way. I'm talking more than 5-10 years. More than 10 years, don't fuck around. Get that out of your name as soon as possible. Pay it off with whatever means possible, a quick payoff, and then fuck around with the IRS. You don't want to have your house get taken away from you. So you want it out of your name into title in someone else's name. And so if you're going to fuck around, then here's what you do with your withholding. You do 9, okay? Don't do 10. Your company is required to, under penalty, required to snitch on you for anything 10 or over, for 10 exemptions. Exemption, it's kind of, or whatever it's called. It's not called an exemption. It's called like an exception, or is it an exemption? Whatever. It's one of those write-offs that you get, like a rental property loan. The interest that you pay on that fucking loan is tax deductible. That's one write-off. So if you have like 9 houses, you can do 9 without even thinking about it. Also, I think there's kids that are deductions, and you can also claim those. So it's basically like that when you fill out the 1040 form. But anyways, I do 9. Okay, there's an option for 0 to 9. Don't pick 0. You'll get locked in later. You might get scot-free for a year, or maybe even more, but maybe even just a couple months. But then it'll come back at you, and then they'll come back for a bill for that with interest plus all that. So you'll probably skip out on maybe 15,000 of taxes, or 10,000, let's say. If you normally, make like $85,000 a year or whatever, that's like $8,000 at least. If you go on 9, if you're doing 9, probably less than that. But I think I was at 8 for the longest time. I never got audited for that, or didn't have any trouble. But I haven't filed since 2011. So let's see, what else is there? So go 9 if you really want to resist it. But you're going to owe money. If you owe money, you don't want to owe too much money. And anyways, your company is required to put you on the shit list over 10 plus. So anyways, but I have seen people, I've heard of people who do over 10, and nothing happened to them, but whatever. That's all I wanted to say, I guess. I took that video down of me checking that 0 box. I actually recorded me doing it with my phone on the HR site, and it's not recommended. If you don't like corporate America, just move to a foreign country. That's the only way you're going to escape it. You can't work privately anymore and make serious bucks, I don't think, not even as a contractor. As a national, I think you can. But you still get this 1098 form reported against you, but you won't get withholding. I don't know how they come after you as a national like that. Like if you're Mexico or Guatemalan or whatever, South American or Russian or whatever, and you're a national here just working, you can't be a U.S. citizen because you weren't born here, but you immigrated. That's what I'm trying to say, immigrated. And you didn't wait forever to become a U.S. citizen somehow, but I think you have to be born in this country really to be a U.S. citizen. But I knew an English woman I talked to at the airport, she was. I think you have to be married to a U.S. citizen. And so it's all a lie. It's a sham. No one can be a U.S. citizen unless you're born in the U.S. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not talking colloquial here. That's legalese. Born in the U.S. I'm talking legal talk, okay, not colloquially. And the U.S. is located in the District of Columbia or its states or its territories, which include also, I can't remember what they're called, but military bases also. It's not a territory, but anyways, if you were born in Germany on some Air Force base, then you would be a U.S. citizen, an official U.S. citizen. If you were born in the District of Columbia, you'd be a U.S. citizen. If you're born in fucking Guam or Northern Mariana Islands, you'd be a U.S. citizen. If you're born in Puerto Rico, you're a U.S. citizen. So, whatever. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and please comment below. See Weiss+Associates YouTube channel and SEDM.org and SEDM YouTube channel. I recommend the dissertation, that's SEDM, SEDM YouTube. And I recommend their dissertation. They're 5-hour dissertations on U.S. citizens or whatever. So please check those guys out. And I don't know how much you want to waste your time on it, but look at my other videos on this on the 666 numbers that they're obsessed, that the New World Order is obsessed with, the Kill Bill vaccine and the fucking HR quadruple six. I don't know why they're obsessed with sixes, but I think it's a financial number, an angel number. For me personally, that's what it is. I've discussed this a million times. I just want to know if anybody's ever, you can comment below if you've ever seen that angel number a lot when your finances are all fucked up. And please comment below. Sorry for the language. I hope your kids don't hear me. Okay, I just, don't want, I just, life sucks, going against this tyranny. So I don't recommend it. And I'll probably end up moving to Russia or Ukraine, where it's a freer country, where there's no tax at the mall, there's no tax at the gas station, there's no effing tag on your freaking your automobile, no tags on your plates. You just buy your plate and it's for the life of your car. No taxes anywhere except the real estate taxes. They're 3%, I think. Jeez. But so that's a little high for real estate. But hey, no tax, no income tax. I believe the only tax, there's a Social Security tax, whatever their version of it is, but that's just for government employees like it's supposed to be in Ukraine. Okay? So my girlfriend's an architect. She doesn't have any taxes withheld from her paycheck or Social Security. So you're responsible for your retirement. So do you want Uncle Sam being responsible for that, big brother? Really? They're effing it all up. Some kind of slush fund. We'll do another video on that, I guess, on Ukraine and foreign countries. I know Ukraine only, and Russia is very similar to Ukraine as far as the tax situation. Okie dokie. Thank you for listening. I hope you found this to be not only informative and entertaining. I know I'm not very entertaining. But anyways, I have my saxophone channel. If you want to go to that, I can't tell you what that is here though. This is a mum's the word, out of sight, out of mind channel, and it'll probably get taken down because I got the stupid COVID videos up. You better watch those quick. and I'm not monetized on anything, so I may stay up. Anyways, thank you.